chosen people don't know they are watched and protected. Welcome back to Secrets of the Bible. There is a mystery surrounding those whom God has chosen. Many walk through life unaware of the unseen presence that watches over them, guiding their steps and shielding them from dangers they never perceive. They may feel alone in their struggles, questioning their purpose, unaware that they are under divine protection. From the stories of Joseph in Egypt to Esther in the palace, the Bible is filled with examples of people who were chosen long before they recognized their calling. Even in moment of uncertainty, their lives were being orchestrated for something greater. Could the same be true for you? What if the challenges you face are not obstacles but preparation? What if every closed door, every delay, and every unexpected turn is a sign that you are being watched over, protected, and led toward your divine purpose? Today we will explore the hidden reality of God's protection over His chosen people and why you may be one of them without even realizing it. Life often feels unpredictable, filled with unexpected challenges and unanswered questions. You may have faced situations where things could have gone terribly wrong, yet somehow you emerged unharmed. Perhaps you've been in moments where danger was near, but you were mysteriously spared. This is not coincidence, it's divine intervention. Throughout history, God's chosen people have been under His watchful eye, even when they were unaware. Consider Daniel, thrown into the lion's den, expecting death, yet untouched by harm. Or Elijah, pursued by those who sought his life, only to be fed by ravens and sustained by God's provision. Even Jesus, as an infant, was protected from King Herod's wrath by divine guidance that led his parents to safety. But divine protection is not always dramatic. Sometimes it's in the small moments, when a sudden change of plans keeps you from harm, when an unexplainable peace calms your heart in the midst of trouble, or when the door opens at just that right time. Consider this profound truth. Sometimes your problems serve as divine protection from the very self that could lead you astray. As Psalm 91:11 NIV declares, "For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." Every trial you face may be a protective barrier, a way for God to shield you from making decisions that could bring even greater harm. Think about it. If you've wrestled with a lifelong struggle like addiction, you might have pleaded for God to erase the desire instantly, yet He allows it to remain, not as a punishment, but as a safeguard. This struggle forces you to lean on His strength and choose Him day by day. It's His way of saying, "I won't force freedom upon you. I want you to reach for it, to earn it, and in doing so, discover a power within you never knew existed." In essence, the very issues that seem to bind you are the channels through which His transformative grace flows. James 1:2 and 4 urges, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." This scripture reminds us that every challenge is not a dead end, but a stepping stone, a hidden blessing that refines you and prepares you for the destiny God has carefully mapped out. God's method is not about swift deliverance, but about gradual change. His promise isn't to remove every obstacle overnight. Rather, He equips you with His Spirit little by little, ensuring that you are never overwhelmed by your own limitations. In this slow, deliberate process, He protects you from the very pitfalls that might result from reckless decisions or a hardened heart. It's as if God, in His infinite wisdom, positions your problems as guardians, keeping you safe from self-destruction until you are ready to fully embrace the freedom and strength He offers. So when you face those thorny challenges, remember that they may very well be God's way of holding you close, protecting you from paths that could lead to ruin. Trust in His divine strategy. Embrace every hardship as an opportunity for growth, knowing that each struggle is a thread in the tapestry of His grace. Let your heart be filled with gratitude for the unseen ways He is guarding you, and step forward with the bold assurance that every trial is paving the way to a destiny prepared just for you. Rise up in faith, and let the promise of Psalm 91:11 inspire you to see your problems not as curses, but as the very instruments of God's protection and transformation. Today, as you stand in the place He has positioned and prepared you for, remember this truth: God will never claim the promise of the land for you. The scripture declares in Deuteronomy 31:8, "The Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Your faith must be the driving force. Step out boldly, for many before you hesitated, and in that hesitation, the giants remained unqueckered. Your courageous leap of faith is the key to inheriting the blessings God has promised. It is your duty, your divine call, to move forward with unyielding faith and claim the victory He has set before you. Step out now and let your faith be the instrument that ushers you into His promise. At times, God's ways may seem mysterious. He declared, "I will be an enemy to your enemies, and I will oppose all who rise against you." As you journey toward the promised land, know that He begins His work by driving out the giants that threaten your destiny. But He does it gradually, step by deliberate step. You might wonder, if these giants can destroy us and lead us astray, why not remove them all at once? Yet His divine strategy is not one of instant eradication. Like a master craftsman refining his masterpiece, God chooses to work in you slowly, transforming your heart over time. We often grew up believing that a single prayer could bring immediate deliverance, that Jesus would instantly take away every fear and dry every tear. But His sanctification is not a swift miracle. It is an ongoing, powerful process that molds you into the warrior of faith He destined you to be. So, stand firm and trust in His timing. Embrace every step of this transformative journey, knowing that each small victory is a sign of His unwavering protection. Let your heart rise in bold gratitude and unshakable faith, for God is steadily preparing you to inherit the full promise of His eternal protection. Step forward, knowing that His grace is the armor that will see you through every challenge. Listen closely. What the enemy meant to use as a weapon against you, what he calls crazy or even a messenger of Satan, is not your curse, but a divine opportunity for transformation. Paul declared that God took what was meant to torment and turned it into a tool of mighty transformation. The very instruments of your adversary become the very instruments of God's redemptive power in your life. Now you understand Exodus 23. It isn't only the angels God sends to pave your way, nor is it only the promotions, prosperity, or peaceful moments that bless you. Sometimes God's resounding no is designed to lead you to an even greater yes. He promises, "I won't simply remove your trials. I'll fill you with such abundant grace that you'll emerge stronger than ever before." When challenges come, don't whisper your faith. Shout grace as if your life depends on it, because it does. Shout it like the very avenue of blessings was paved by the sacrifice of Jesus. God's strategy is deliberate. He may leave giants on your path, not to defeat you immediately, but to show you His strength. Those giants, those hardships, are under His sovereign control. Sometimes He drives them out. Sometimes He assigns them a role in your breakthrough. Sometimes even adversity becomes the very tool that creates an advantage. What was meant for evil, He transforms for your good. Because I am God and I have your back. So rise up with unwavering faith. Embrace every no as a stepping stone to a greater yes, and every trial as an opportunity for His grace to transform you. The battle is fierce, but know this: God is already there, turning your pain into power and your weakness into strength. Step forward boldly and let the shout of grace be your battle cry. Sometimes your struggles are not curse, but divine shields, protection from the very self that would lead you astray. If you've wrestled with addiction all your life, praying for the desire to vanish, know this: God isn't withholding freedom to torment you. He leaves that struggle so you must choose Him with a whole willing heart. He desires that you need Him, that you step into the fire knowing He is with you, delivering, protecting, and preparing you, but only you can take hold of the victory. God's plan is not to sweep away your battles in an instant, but to work in you slowly, refining your spirit with every trial. He doesn't force you to be free. He lets you claim that freedom by your own decision. Understand that His deliverance isn't a sudden lightning strike. It's a gradual transformation, the greatest gift of all. God even hides your progress so your pride doesn't rise before your humility. Embrace every challenge as a stepping stone to the greater promise He has for you, and let your life become a testament to His redeeming power. He wants you to trust His grace above all else. That's why God declared to Paul, "I'm not going to give you mere relief. I'm giving you something far greater. What may look like a thorn is in truth His grace in action." The enemy might have tried to drop it off at your doorstep, but it is I who have addressed it directly to you. I won't simply remove every obstacle, nor will I smooth every rough edge. I refuse to fix your attitude for you. Instead, I will pour out my Spirit, transforming you little by little as you serve, pray, and show up with a willing heart. Trust that every step, every challenge is guiding you closer to the place I have meticulously prepared for you. Remember, the greater the assignment, the greater the assistance. Your journey is not about sudden deliverance. It's about gradual, powerful change that fortifies you from within. Rise up, step boldly into the purpose God has set before you. Every trial you have faced, every obstacle in your way, it was never meant to defeat you, but to prepare you for something greater. You are not forgotten, not abandoned. You are chosen, watched over, and protected by the Almighty. Now is the time to move forward in unshakable faith. Stop hesitating, stop doubting. Claim the victory that has already been written for you. Let every setback fuel your determination. Let every no push you closer to His ultimate yes. The giants in your way are not there to destroy you. They are there to reveal the power of God through you. So take that step. Declare His promises. Walk with the boldness of one who knows that divine hands are guiding every move. This is your moment. This is your calling. Rise up, for the land is before you. Claim it. If this message spoke to you, let us know in the comments. Have you ever experienced a moment where you realized that God is protecting you? Share your story. We'd love to hear it. And if you want to see more faith-filled content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Your support helps spread God's message to more people who need to hear it. Stay blessed, and we'll see you in the next one.